This is Tanisha. Tanisha is a social work student who had a placement with us, but we kind of kept her on because she's that good. She's got her final year to come, and then she's going to make for a brilliant social worker. Welcome, greetings, hi, glad that you're here. So you often hear the term like mental health, but we like to also use the term mental well-being, because mental well-being describes your mental state, how you're feeling and how you can cope with day-to-day life. Our mental well-being is very dynamic, so we can have various moods throughout the whole day. No one really has one mood throughout the whole day, it can change. Like, has any of you got up in the morning, you feel really great about the day and what's gonna happen, and then something can go wrong and it just sets your whole mood off? Yeah? If you have good mental well-being, you are able to feel confident in yourself, express and feel a range of emotions, build and maintain good relationships with other people, and feel engaged with the world around you. So what that means is that you actually feel that you are part of the world, or you are part of a group, or part of your family, and you have a good friendship group. So that you can live and work productively, study productively, and cope with the stresses of daily life. And then when things happen, like changes, that you can adapt to those changes and go with it. Because change sometimes is a great catalyst for people's mental health to kind of become unstable. So the definition of mental ill health is, it's a biological disorder of the brain that disrupts a person's thinking, feeling, moods, and ability to relate to other people. Mental ill health problems can affect the way you think, feel, and behave. It affects around 1 in 4 people in Britain, and I believe it's 1 in 10 young people. And it can range from common mental health problems such as depression. I'm sure you heard these terms before: depression, anxiety. A lot of times people say, like, I feel anxious. It can even be just anxious to go. You might be going to, I don't know, a day out or meeting friends to go to a party, and that can make you feel anxious because you don't know who's going to be there. So anxiety can range from like low level to very high. It's normal to have some anxiety, just generally. It's when anxiety is unmanageable in terms of like being so high that you can't do what you want to do. Like literally it makes you freeze, or it just makes you doubt everything that's happening around you. So low level anxiety is good to have because it's like fear. You can't not have fear, otherwise you just walk out into the road or do silly things. You need to have something like that going on. But if it stops you from doing the things that you want to do or just living normally, then it becomes a problem. So the more extreme side now is people who have schizophrenia and bipolar disorder. But that is not to say that people with schizophrenia or bipolar disorder don't have ordinary lives, because I could be standing here and I could have schizophrenia and you wouldn't know. I could be bipolar and you wouldn't know. So sometimes when we see people out on the road, tell me about what your understanding of mental health is. What does mental health look like to you? How would you say that someone's got mental health? Or say they're off key, because that's a common term as well.
Well, like, you can't see it, but like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't see it, but they have it.
But what if you was walking down the road and you saw someone and they were behaving in a particular way, what looks like ill mental health to you, or as someone who's very anxious or someone who's very depressed?
They're not able to understand what you're understanding, so it's difficult for them to catch on to something.
True.
Or their facial expressions and like body movements.
True. True. Anyone else? Very good one. Anyone else? So you Sabrina. What's your name? Angelique. Okay. All right, thank you. So, how are well-being and mental health problems connected? So, of course, our emotions and our physical being is all connected to to our psychological functioning. So, you can be ill or just be really upset for a long period of time, and then that can develop into a mental ill health. So, for example, you could have a household of, let's say you've got a mum and a dad, and you've got 3, 4, 5 children. Someone could die. 4 or 3 of the children would be fine. The other 2 would really struggle. Or the dad might be fine, but the mum will really struggle, or vice versa. So it affects people differently. Yeah. So it just depends on person to person, and there's no real way to measure, because change happens all the time. So like for many of you who are like 16, you're going to be doing your GCSEs. Who's done their GCSEs? You're going to do it next year. You're doing yours next year, or just done them? Just done them. So you've just done your GCSEs, and you all have your GCSEs coming up, right? Okay, yeah, for the year after. So that's a change. So nobody stays where they're at, right? Everyone changes. And as you get older, even that transition from primary school to secondary school can be stressful, yes or no?
Yeah.
Tell me some of the things that happen when you move from primary to secondary.
Usually
Louisiana.
Louisiana, go on. I thought you said you're going to remember.
I didn't remember, I didn't look.
Go on.
like you're surrounding yourself with new people, so you have to make friends and your confidence levels have to be high.
And you also have to judge who's right and who's not right
Who's
for you.
going to be real and who's going to be fake.
Anything else will happen in your transition from primary to secondary school?
Usually the schools get bigger, so you have to find your own thing.
And that can be daunting, right?
Yeah.
Anything else?
The amount of subjects will change. The amount of subjects will change.
Okay, and what about your interaction with the teachers?
Get into the new teachers.
And a lot more teachers as well. Whereas in primary school, you've got that one teacher really having you in your class. When you go to secondary school, it's a bigger environment, more subjects and different teachers and way more people to interact with, yes? So it can be scary, especially when you've got the bigger children that are there. Yeah? So change. And at the same time as well, your body's changing. Yeah, boys and girls, your body starts to change as well. So that's a whole nother level that you have to deal with. And then also kind of really, depending on what your home life is like, that's another impact. So there's lots of things that can happen. And then you start to kind of come into your own as you get older. You might have different tastes to types of clothing, that maybe when your mum was that age, she wasn't allowed to wear that. So there's all these different things that kind of happen as you start to get older, yes? So for some people, that can be extremely stressful and can cause a lot of issues at home. And they can develop low-level bits of mental health, but they might not know how to verbalize that. Does it make sense? Make sense? Yeah. If I don't make sense, ask me. Like, I don't know everything in life. I'm not an expert, because when you're an expert, there's nothing left to learn. So I'm also here to learn from you as well. Yes, if you don't be afraid to ask me any questions or to ask me to repeat something. So these are risk and protective factors. So from a child, easy temperament, good social and emotional skills, which should be taught by the family first and foremost, however that family unit looks like, whether it's one parent or two parent. And also to just all remind you that it's not necessarily that children that grow up in a two-parent household are better off than a child that grows up in a one-parent household. I know that 100%, it really depends on what how invested the parent is in their child or their children. Yeah, even going into gang life, it doesn't mean someone from a single-parent family is going to be more prone to a gang life than someone who grows up in a two-parent family, because that is not true at all. So when you hear like some of these statistics in society and in the media, do not subscribe to it. It really comes down to, if any of you want to become parents in the future, it's what you do with your child and how much you are invested in your child. Yeah? So well-developed cognitive skills. So the child follows all those milestones in terms of speaking, tying their lace. What else did you say, Tanisha?
Walking, jumping, riding a bike.
Interacting with other children and within their family. So these are all like markers that kind of determine.
What would be a positive risk factor in a family that would
help the growth of a child?
Yeah.
Huh?
Or lessen the chances of ill mental health?
Wait, so it depends on the home environment.
Well, what makes for a good home
family.
environment? What makes for a good home environment? Louisiana.
When the parent interacts with the child, like they take them out, they spend time, they take their work and they're bonded.
They talk to them about issues that are going on.
Like their best friends.
Anything else? So think about what you think made your home life good growing up. What do you feel you were happy was in place?
Yeah, got food in that.
Food, shelter, money, finances,
Clothes.
clothes. Good. Extended family. So, a stable home environment, warm and supportive parenting and family, and secure attachments with significant carers. So that might be a grandparent, an auntie, an older cousin. When you talk with your child, you will be able to find out what's going on. Like, would any of you be able to tell what's going on with a friend, even if they didn't say much? How would you know?
Sometimes you could change by the way, like, they could be like happy like, for a few weeks and then suddenly change.
Yeah, exactly.
They're like this year.
That's a good one.
Their energy changes.
Good one. Anyone else? What would make you think, oh, this person, they're not being like how they normally are?
They're not, wait, no, she really said them like.
Secretive. Whose parents or parents is not allowed to go into their bedroom? I should see no hands right now. You're 20. I'll still go to my daughter's room, I don't care. So, who's got a lock on their bedroom door? Yeah, there's just no hands there again either. Good. Who's got Twitter?
No,
Instagram.
Who's got Instagram? Is that everyone? No Instagram. No Instagram.
Snapchat's mostly what they're doing.
So hold on, how many got Instagram? Put your hand on something we actually see. That's more than half of you. Who's got Snapchat? Your hand up or down?
Sorry, guys.
So everyone's got Snapchat.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So if you post a picture or a little video on Snapchat, how many likes is enough?
Or
I don't like. How does it work? See, I don't even know. Instagram. How many likes is enough?
Like one of them.
One.
I don't care, they don't have to.
No, I'm asking for real. You're saying one.
Yeah, that's fine.
It don't matter, it really don't matter to me.
Exactly. Like,
Don't matter.
But if the lights come, the lights come.
Who else? What else does someone say? How many likes is enough?
How many likes are not? I would say 50 to 100.
I put
Okay. 50. What did you say?
I'd say as long as I hit the 100 mark.
Yeah.
100. Come on, we're being real now.
Less than 50.
It's not buying it.
50. 150.
no, I'll get like 200.
Okay, how many? 100. Oh, you need it. How much? So you're saying the younger ones here say not so much. Doesn't matter.
I'm gonna check what my
Yeah, but you know
my
half
least post has.
Are you gonna check with your least?
Least amount.
Half your followers don't even like your post though.
Yeah.
Because if you post something and nobody likes it, how does that make you feel?
You have to delete it because it doesn't work. Like it's embarrassing. How can you post something and no one likes it? How can you post something and no one likes it? That needs to get deleted. Like, if you have like 2 followers, then yeah, that's fine. No, but it can't be like if you post a picture and you get no likes, then it's a way of people telling you that your picture doesn't bang and you need to delete it.
Yeah, they're just a way.
So is that same for yourself? If you post something and no one doesn't respond,
I won't feel offended. I posted it for a reason because I personally think I like it. So I don't
She's
care what-
talking.
No, but I know I posted it because I liked it.
Yeah, but why would you delete it if no one likes it? I wouldn't delete
It's
it.
there for a reason if no one likes it. I'm just taking it out.
Yeah.
But if you posted it because you personally like it, then that's you. But if no one likes it, then that's you.
If it's on Snapchat, I'll post it. And if I don't get the that's what I don't care. Then I post it. That's what
Yeah,
you
Snapchat is something different, but
do you feel that social media can impact sometimes on how you feel about yourself?
Yeah,
as an
yeah,
Yeah, like
individual?
no one likes my post. Like what the hell? My friends don't even support me. Like.
Okay, so do you see, so let's take someone, let's have an example, say we've got Jane. Jane is quite shy, but she uses Snapchat and she uses Instagram. Yeah, she puts out a picture. At home, she's not getting too much praise for what she's doing. There's a lot of stuff going on at home. She's quite in her shell, and social media is her little escape time. Yeah, she posts some stuff. Nobody responds. How is Jane gonna feel?
Upset.
Just tell them your snap crashed.
Your snap crashed.
Or snap's blocking out.
Okay, but nobody responds. And this happened over a couple of weeks. And let's say other people pick up that Jane's a bit low and decide, okay, you know, that Jane's an easy target.
Oh, they bully her, that's straight.
And they start bullying
That's right.
Boy.
via social media Jane. What's gonna happen to Jane? And remember as well, she's also got the backdrop of home being quite stressful and no, it's not really supportive. What happens to
She
Jane?
might go as
Or she might have suicidal thoughts. Sorry, go on.
It might be like, she might be depressed about it, but then I would expect Jane to like take it in and say, okay, cool, so no one likes it, maybe there's something wrong about it, or...
But why do you expect that?
Because no one likes it.
But
It's
But why would you expect her to have that thought
not that I
process?
expect her to have the thought, but like...
Because you might have it, that
Yeah,
thought
but like,
process.
if we're gonna post it, like, I always think to always have a negative and a positive, so that you're ready for the negative, you're ready for the downfall. But then, if you're gonna go and do that and you're not ready for the downfall, there's no point of you doing it if you can't handle what's gonna come next.
But would you agree that there might be a lot of young people who are not ready for the downfall?
Mm-hmm.
They just see
That
everything
means
as a
they
pretty life.
shouldn't have Snapchat.
They shouldn't be ready
They
to
should
be
have
going on that social media. They're not ready for that.
Right, so do we see now where social media is not for everyone?
Yep.
So these are the things to kind of consider. That is a risk factor, yeah? Another risk factor is, let's say, a family disharmony or a breakup. Any form of child abuse or neglect. When we say child abuse, people always think about sexual abuse, but that's not the only abuse that takes place. Neglect in terms of not having clean clothes, not having food every day, not being able to go anywhere other than school and home because there's no money for other activities. Maybe one of the parents is very ill, or parent might be an alcoholic, so it's going to impact on how they interact with that child and how they keep the family home. So neglect, when neglect exists, there's a range of issues that are going on in that home that that child is like suffering from. Yeah, how might you be able to tell that someone's being neglected at home or doesn't have a particular type of home life? I need 3 things.
The things they wear.
True.
I was gonna say something. I was gonna say how they look.
Have a look what else. What else might happen with them?
Like,
Antisocial.
Confidence. No confidence.
And maybe they might smell.
Yeah.
Or poor personal hygiene.
So some people just want to be
some people just choose not to shower.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the ones who like they have no choice.
They'll look dirty.
Yeah.
Or one main thing that you can look out for is a friend that never wants to go home.
Oh, maybe she hates it.
Oh no, she's scared.
Why don't you want to go home?
Because
We all like being out, we all like passing curfew, but why do you not want to go
something
home?
going on.
She's staying at your house, she asks to stay another day, 1 week goes, she's
I don't know,
avoiding
isn't
it.
it?
She doesn't want to go home because she feels like upload something.
What was you saying?
Like, what if they don't want to go home because
Mhm.
of, like their family, but what if they don't want to go home because they've done something and they're scared?
That too.
Yeah.
That could be a possibility.
So that means if they're that fearful of the consequences, that's something serious as well, isn't it?
Sometimes.
Or like your parents threatening to like take away your phone. Oh no.
Yeah, I think that would be hard for you all to have your phone taken away.
You know when parents take away phones, you know it's stupid, right? Because like then they have like no social like interaction with people. Like it's just stupid.
Yes, you do, because
Like, you think it's punishment?
you can talk to someone. That is social
but you can't, if you're at
interaction.
home and you don't have school for the whole 6 weeks, you don't have your phone. You have no social interaction. It's not good.
Who could survive without their phone for
I can, but like I
2 weeks?
I can. Longer than that. I've done that 3 months.
2 weeks? 3 weeks? 3 weeks no phone.
That's easy.
She's suffering right now. No, we've moved.
Do you not have your phone right now?
I'll just say about anything. About anything.
What's the longest anyone's gone without their phone?
7 months.
7 months. A week?
I went 4 weeks. Yeah, schools are brutal. You know, they take the phone away. They don't care.
I was excluded. I was never giving up my phone.
The thing is, it's kind of weird how they, especially if you live far, they
Yeah, but they bought the phone, so like you
I'm
got
never
their
giving
phone.
up.
They're just letting you use it. Just go.
Well, there'll be different reasons that your parents would have for confiscating your phone. I think
There's no point because then your phone is like the way to contact people.
So if you have issues, contact anyone.
Yeah, but then are you gonna
We should
complain
get
if you're a bricklayer? That's the question. You're gonna complain. Exactly, you're gonna complain. So it's not thinking about contact or whatever. Because my mum can actually take my iPhone. I'll give it to her. As long as I have something to keep in contact with her, I'm good.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, that's true.
But sometimes when like school just take care of it.
Yeah, but like when they take your phone, you actually need it when you're out. Like say you're checking the bus times, to know when the bus is.
The bus will come when the bus comes. Can I just say?
7 minutes.
Okay, let me just give you an example because I'm sure some of your parents have told you this. So it seems that
I'm just going to say yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to say I know.
so I understand, I fully appreciate, because it's not about also, because I don't think that young people should be blamed for the technology that is in place for you all now. I think oftentimes young people get blamed for a lot of things that you had no say in. Like literally you were born and these things were already there. Yeah? So it is what it is now because of society and business and so on. But in terms of like you think that you can't function without a phone. What I want to hear from you all is, do you think if you were feeling very low or depressed or anxious, would you go and talk to somebody about it?
Sometimes.
I don't know.
Sometimes.
Why would you not go and talk to somebody about it?
They can judge. Yeah, trust the
Trust issues.
Depends on what the
Judgment.
situation's about. Like maybe I don't feel comfortable talking to people about it because of what they might think.
Judge.
Or would there be anyone else you could go and talk to about it rather than just keeping it in yourself?
Maybe, but it's the thing where like
Or you can
if I feel like someone will judge, then I don't look at people as in like the other people won't judge. So it's like if I know that one people's judgy on like my situation and stuff, then I would want to keep it and I wouldn't feel comfortable going around to other people.
Okay. So the key thing to remember here is mental health is something that happens to everybody and anybody and anyone. Even some of the clients that I have had, they feel like they have everything, house, car, home, everything, there would still be issues that kind of come up. Yeah? So I want you to think about mental health in terms of how you would think about your eye health, your teeth, your sexual health, everything. It's something you've got to kind of check in with all the time. Not just when you're like feeling down. It's like how do you consistently feel good about yourself? How do you build yourself up? Who are the people that you have around you that you know have got your back and are going to encourage you to be the best that you can be? And also allow you to have your down days because we're never up all the time. So it's normal sometimes to not feel great. It's when it goes on for too long. And so you all have to be your sister's keeper in a sense as well. But you have a friend, a family member, they start acting a bit up, not how they normally are. You've got to go and ask questions to them and see like what's going on for them. So you have to care for each other. And you have to care about yourself first and foremost. One of the things I want you to remember today is like self-preservation. Repeat after me. Self-preservation.
Self-preservation
is the first call
is the first call
of nature.
of nature.
Self-preservation
Self-preservation
is the first call
is the first call
of nature.
of nature.
So that means always take care of yourself first and foremost. You cannot help anybody unless you take care of yourself first. For those of you who want to, in the future, be married or be with someone and have children, even when you have children, one sec, darling, always look after yourself first. If you are all okay, your children will be okay. Don't take on too many things. If your plate, you hear people say, my plate's too full, I've got too much things on my plate. Anyone heard that term before? So what would you do? Yeah, or get a smaller plate. No, you're gonna pile it up. You want a smaller plate?
How about you get a plate and a bowl and then
No, that's too no.
two dishes?
No, learn the word no. Learn the word no. You cannot be all things to all people all the time. This is where people get burnout. Burnout has now been classified as a mental illness. So people are pushing themselves all the time. You must learn to say no sometimes and look after yourself and listen to yourself. The first person that you have to be in tune with and your own best friend should be who?
Yourself.
Right. So that's what I want you to take away from today. And to be your best when you can. Because some days you're not going to feel like that and that is okay. Yes or no?
Yes.
All right. Ladies, thank you for your time and attention.
Yeah.